Hi everyone, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the books that I am reading in August. I am participating in the N.E.W.T.S Magical Readathon, the final round. This is sad, but I understand this has to happen. I will leave links down below to the Magical Readathon website and G's channel, and there she has her announcement videos, her TBRs, and the discussion that she posted about not continuing a Harry Potter themed readathon and possibly creating her own world. I don't know too much information, so I'll just leave the links down below if I hopefully remember to do that. So yeah. I was going to start off this month like I did last month and try to not put as much pressure on me. But obviously there's a readathon. It's kind of hard to do that when I know how many books I'm going to be reading for that. Now, I'm not going to go as crazy as I have in past Augusts, in past years. For the last few years of the Magical Readathon, I try to be an overachiever and try to just read a book for each freaking prompt. And for the N.E.W.T.S, that's very hard because there's 32 prompts. I can't do that. I try every year and I get somewhere in the 20s, but I'm not going to even try to do that this year. My career I'm going for is Magizoologist, and for me I only technically have to read 7 books, but I'm going to just make it 9, because technically I only need to get an outstanding in one exam, and then exceeds expectations in the other 2, but I'm going to go for an outstanding in all 3. So, there we go. Now, this video is going to be mostly me just showing you all the books on my iPad, because most of the books I'm talking about is all electronically. I do have some physical books here, and they're all tagged around. They're all books that I pretty much recently got in the last month or so. So, except I want to say for one, which is a reread. So yeah. Okay. Let's get on to the video. So yeah, like I said, I'm going for Magizoologist, and so my first exam would be Care of Magical Creatures, and I do need to get an outstanding in that. So for the acceptable prompt is to read a book that has fire on the cover or in the title. And for me, I'm going with A Promise of Fire by Amanda Boucher. This is the first in the Kingmaker Chronicles. There's only 3 books that I know of that are out. I have been meaning to get to this for quite some time, but I've been putting it off just because I've been reading my main series, the Black Dagger Brotherhood, the Dark Hunter, and the Guild Hunter series. So I was waiting till I was semi-completed with those before I started this, but I really don't have any books that have fire on the cover or in the title, at least not ones that I want to read, or, that I haven't already read. So I'm like, let's just bite the bullet and go for it. And actually for the Guild Hunter series, I only have a couple more books left, so it won't be so bad. And again, there's only 3 books in this. For what I know about this book, all I know is that our main character is a soothsayer, and it's set in a traveling circus, I believe. That's it. That's all I need to know. There is a romance in this. I've heard the romance is very good. It does say fantasy romance at its finest, and that's by Dorinda Jones, who I've also been meaning to get to. I think I've read 1 book by her, and she has a lot of books in the series, and I have yet to complete that. So that'll be one for another time. But yeah, I'm going to go for this one. For the exceeds expectations prompt is to read something short. And this I do have physically. I actually just got it, I haven't even hauled it yet, and that is Love Creekwood by Becky Albertalli. This is a Simon verse novella. It's literally just emails from Simon and Blue, I want to say, and maybe some other characters as well. There's some other characters as well from her other books, The Upside of Unrequited and Leon the Offbeat. So I am very much looking forward to this. I love Simon and Blue so damn much, and I also really enjoyed the characters from The Upside of Unrequited. The Only Offbeat was not particularly one that I loved, but it's just emails. It's like a little over 100 pages. Yeah, I can finish this in a few hours. Not even, to be honest. Alright, next up we have another book on my iPad. So, the prompt for the outstanding is to read a book with a snack. So, for this one, you literally can just pick anything. For me, I went with Archangel's Viper by Nalini Singh, which is the next book in the Guild Hunter series that I need to read. Just because I'm like, I can pick anything, and why not go for one of the series that I definitely need to read this month. This one follows Venom and Holly. I know this much about Venom, and I know even less about Holly. So, we're gonna go with it. I know I've seen them in past books, but I don't really know anything about them. You barely get anything of them, so we're gonna see how this goes. But I'm very much looking forward to it. And the snack of choice is my go-to. Hot fries. Why not? Okay. Now, for the next exam that I must take, I only need to get an Exceeds Expectations, but I'm going for the outstanding anyway, and you will see why. So, the first prompt for acceptable is to read a humorous book. And this, I have a physical copy as well. Now, I don't know if this is going to be that funny to me, but I mean, it says all over that it's humorous, that it's hilarious, that it's a romantic comedy, and that is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. This is about two people who are engaged, but now don't want to be. They want to just break up. They don't want to continue and go down the aisle together. Okay. One thing, though. They made a bet that whoever broke off the engagement had to pay the full tote of the wedding ceremony. So, neither one of them can do that, want to do that. And so they try to prank each other to find one that, see which one cracks first. Now, possibly, they're going to end up getting together at the end anyway. I'm very much looking forward to it. I feel like I love prank wars. I really do. Books that have prank wars in them are just so freaking funny. Christina Lauren has one, and actually it's Christina Lauren that said it was hilarious. But yeah, I've read one by Christina Lauren and absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorites by them. So I think I could really love this, and this could be very funny. So yeah, it's definitely working for that. Alright, next up is to read a book set in winter. This is where it gets funny. Alright, so I have another physical book, Seasons of the Storm by El Casamano. I think, possibly, I really hope so. So, this one is about the seasons. So, each season is represented by a person. So, we follow Jack, who is winter. Now, the only thing is that for another season to come in, the season that's coming in must kill the previous season's representative. So we follow Jack and Fleur. Fleur is spring. Spring must kill winter. Now I'm guessing, because we're following Jack mostly, that it's technically set in winter until Fleur kills him, I believe. I think that's how it's supposed to go. But yeah, it's supposed to be winter kills autumn, autumn kills summer. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Scared me for a second. Just because it went out of order a little. But yeah, winter kills autumn, autumn kills summer, summer kills spring, and spring kills winter. That's just how it's supposed to go. So yeah, we follow Jack and Fleur. Jack is winter, Fleur is spring. Fleur must kill Jack, but, twist, they fall in love. I'm so excited for this book. The minute I found out about this, I had to get it. It says, together they are the storm. I'm so looking forward to this. August is going to be so good. I'm just so excited. Alright, for the outstanding prompt. Now you'll realize why I'm doing this outstanding. It's because the prompt for the outstanding of charms is to read a manga. I could read that no problem, and I'm choosing Skip Beat by Yoshiki Nakamura. This is a 3-in-1, so it has volumes 1 through 3. I could read all 3 of them. I'm probably just going to say I'm going to read all 3. I have read this particular series and probably these particular volumes quite a lot. I think I've read them about 4 to 5 times. I love this series a lot, and I got really far into this manga series, but when I got so far, it had taken so long for more volumes to come out that I was just sick and tired of waiting, or I was just not going to wait for the next volume. I was going to wait for it to semi-conclude. I don't even know if it's concluded yet. I'm going to see, but I have quite a few of these. I have 1 through 12, so I have the 3-in-1s, so I have 4 of these in total, and I'm going to just get more as I continue on. But yeah, I'm gonna reread this whole series, and hopefully it's just at its end and I can see what happens with my characters. But we follow Kyoko, right? Yeah, Kyoko, and she is in love with this guy who wanted to make it big in show business, and she was like his servant where they lived. Her mom, like, their parents know each other because her mom is his mom's servant, pretty much. And, this is how she looked like. He asked her to go with when he left to go to, like, Tokyo, or, I think it's Tokyo. And she said yes. She's in love with him. She wants to be with him. Of course, she said yes. Little did she know that he only asked her to go because he needed a servant. So he was using her. And when she finds out about that, all hell breaks loose, and she stops being like a nice girl and starts being like hell on wheels, and I freaking love her. It's so funny. This could have worked for a humorous book, but I wanted to read You Deserve Each Other as well. This is how she changes, by the way. And then there's also some other men. They're just, there's Ren. I love Ren so much. But yeah, I don't remember what the jackass's name is. I'm not even gonna try and figure that out, but yeah, Ren is my babe. I love him. I've loved him for years, and I want him and Kyoko together so bad, so I'm waiting for it. Yeah, but yeah, so she becomes an actress. She tries to make it big in show business so she can show him up and he can be left in the dust. Revenge at its finest. Yes. Alright, next exam is herbology. That's my last exam that I must complete. And again, I'm going to be doing the outstandings for this as well. So 3 prompts equals 3 books. Alright, so for acceptable for herbology is to read a book with flowers on the cover, and I'm going to go with A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. I'm guessing these could be counted as flowers, right? We're going to go with it. Because, yeah, I can't even tell you. I really want to read a middle grade for this. And when I looked it up, it said A Girl Who Drank the Moon. Yeah, The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I'm blanking on the author's name, but that book had flowers on the cover, and when I looked it up, I didn't see any flowers. So this one seems much better for that, and so that's what I'm going with. But this is about 3 sisters who are trapped by an ancient curse, 3 magical objects with the power to change their fate. Will they be enough to break the curse, or will they lead the sisters even deeper into danger? I am so excited for this. I know there's a sequel to it. I think there's even a 3rd book coming out. I don't know when, but I'm very, very much excited for it. Okay. For exceeds expectations is to read a book that will leave an impact. So just an impactful book. This was kind of hard for me to pick because I feel like the books that I have read, like some of the books that I've read, like The Hate You Give, I Wish You All the Best, I feel like those really leave an impact, and I wanted to find something that I really wanted to read, that support Black Lives Matter. So I wanted to read a book with a black main character and a black author, and I'm pretty sure that Slay fills that. I'm pretty sure that Brittany Morris... Okay. Should have looked this up beforehand, so yeah, bear with me. Really should have looked this up first. Yes, okay, so Brittany Morris is a black main character. Okay. And it says Ready Player One meets The Hate U Give in Slay. So I really like the movie of Ready Player One. I know a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't feel it did a very good job aligning with the book. And The Hate U Give is one of my favorite books of all time. So Slay has to do with video games. So we follow our main character. I believe her name is Kira. Yeah, Kira Johnson. So if I remember correctly from what I've heard, this we follow Kira, who loves video games but has realized that the game she's playing, there's no avatars that fit her character. There are no blacks. There are nothing that suits her. And so she decides to make and develop a video game for the black community. And then I think a murder happens. And it has to do with a dispute in the game. And nobody knows that she developed this game, and I think it gets out, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I really want to read this book. I love video games, and I do believe that video games should incorporate all, and I think that a lot have been doing really well in that. One video game that I play that I talk about a lot is Final Fantasy XIV. And for that one, you can change your skin color to anything. You can literally design your character to look semi like you. And I mean, they have so many different hairstyles, skin color, outfits. They're not like the best with outfits, so you have to like really do your best to find like a casual outfit or something like that. It's more of a fantasy game, but still, like, I think they've been really doing with incorporating different skin colors and hairstyles and things like that. And I can't wait to read this book and to see what's going on. And I'm just really excited for it. And I do feel like it'll leave a bit of an impact, or at least it'll impact somewhat. But yeah, I'm just like very excited to read this book. And I do really want to read more books by black authors with black main characters. I have some on my shelves, and I really do want to get to them. But for now, Slay, I've been looking at for a little while, so really excited. Alright. Lastly, for the N.E.W.T.S Magical Readathon, the outstanding prompt for Herbology is just to read a book that's longer than your previous read. Now, technically, I don't know what my previous read will be before reading The Beast, but I feel like with any of these, this book will just fit perfectly. If I can, really? Seriously? There we go. The Beast by Gerard Ward. This, I believe, is almost 600 pages. Now you're not telling me. That's just cruel. But yeah, if I remember correctly, this is around 550 to 600, I think. I'm very much looking forward to this book. It's the next book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series that I need to read, and this follows Rage and Mary. Rage has been going through some things in the previous book, so this will definitely come up in this book. And I really do love Rage and Mary. Rage has a beast inside of him that comes out when he's very emotional, or like really overly emotional. Mostly when he's just freaking angry. It's kind of like the Hulk that way. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. I'm going to be so excited for it. Yes. I love the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Every book I've read, pretty much, I've loved. So, I have no doubt that I will love that book just as much. Now, also, though, to do with that, I will be reading Blood Vow by J.R. Ward as well, which is the second book in the Black Dagger Legacy series. Last month, you won't know until you watch my wrap-up, because I didn't even know I was doing this. I realized that after reading The Shadows, that the next book I should pick up is Blood Kiss before I pick up The Chosen, just because in Blood Kiss, I think it comes up a little bit more about Rage and Mary, but you won't get the full extent of it until The Beast, and then you get even more in Blood Vow. So they're set in the same place, pretty much. You get characters that you know from the Black Dagger Brotherhood. These are just like younger characters. These are initiates that you get to see in Blood Kiss. Ones that you know, though, are Paradise and Peyton. You get to see them in previous books. But yeah, they definitely come up. They're younger kids, so you get to see more of them in this Legacy series. But they definitely correlate with the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And I will have to be reading that too. So I am perfectly fine with that. I think there are only 3 or 4 in the Legacy series. And then I also have like novellas and stuff that'll come up just a little bit later. I'm not too far away from the end of this, like, to catching up with the series, but it will take me to the end of the year, just because there are novellas as well. So I'll be reading as much as I can, but I'm also trying to read other books too. Okay, so before we get into my bucket of booktuber favorites of 2019, there are a couple more books that I will be hopefully picking up. The 9 books will definitely be ones that I will be prioritizing, but if I can get all of those done, then I will hope to be reading Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I really want to read a thriller every month. Maybe not every month, but I really want to read thrillers more. And I really want to read this one. This one I know is about a haunted house. And it's about our main character when she was really young. Her and her family stayed at this house for like 20 days, but some haunted shit's going on. And so her parents, they leave the house, and her father still owns it, but once he passes, years later, she inherits it. But she doesn't believe any of the shit that happened, even though her father wrote a book detailing everything that happened. She believes it was just fiction. She doesn't believe that it was real. And so I'm very much excited to read this. Ghost stories are just some of my favorites. And, oh yeah, this is going to be good. Oof, I am very much excited. And I have read my first ever thriller, which was Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and I did enjoy that. So I have high hopes for Home Before Dark. But also, the frick? Also, another book that I very much want to read is a reread, and that is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover came out with a sequel for this book, and I still have yet to read it. And I told myself if I ever did want to read it, I would pick up Maybe Someday. And so now I kind of really want to read it. So it's time to pick this up. And this is about Ridge and Sydney. Sydney, she walks in on her boyfriend and her best friend, having sex. And she realizes, her boyfriend's cheating on her with her best frickin' friend. So Sydney ends up just running out of there and going to Ridge's apartment. Ridge is, I want to say is he blind or is he deaf? Maybe he's deaf. See, I can't remember. I know he's either blind or deaf. I want to say he's deaf because he's a musician, and I want to say, oh no, maybe he's blind. Man, I can't remember. I can't remember a lot. It's been a long time since I've read this, but I know that he's either blind or deaf. He's a musician, and he allows her to stay with him for a little while. He's got roommates, so he's like, you can stay, and try to find another place to stay, because I think Hunter owns that apartment, or she just can't go back to that for some reason. And I know Rich has a girlfriend, so it just makes things kind of awkward. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this again. It's been a long time since I read it, and I did enjoy it. So we're gonna go to that. And then who knows, maybe I'll read Maybe Now, but there's a lot of books on my TBR, so I don't know about that. Oh, I forgot. There's one other book that I forgot to mention. Because I told you about the other 2 series, I forgot to tell you about the Dark Hunter series. I will be reading Night of Darkness by Sherilyn Kenyon, or it says Kinley McGregor, but that's Sherilyn Kenyon. This is the 2nd book in the Lords of Avalon series that you don't get to see characters from the Dark Hunter, but in the Dark Hunter series you see some of these characters, so it makes sense. I should have read these a long time ago and I didn't. And then there's also like a 12-page like prequel novella to this that I have yet to read. I just found out about that and I was really mad, but I own it, so I'm gonna read that. So that's only 12 pages though, but still I'll end up reading that. Okay, sorry, just message. Alright. Now we can get to these. I know there's some thrillers in here. I could end up reading a thriller this month, just because it's in here. Who knows, maybe I'll end up reading 2. I know there's a book in here. There's Kingdom of Copper in here, and I can't read that yet. So if I do pick that, I will not be reading that, because I will be rereading City of Brass in the next couple of months, because I'm trying to read the entire trilogy together. Like, you know, just binge read it. Sorry, I'm trying not to see what this is. So I have this one. Alright. I don't know, is it this way? Why can't I read that? The new what? Oh, the Wren Hunt. Oh. Huh. So that was a recommendation from Ashley by A Frolic Through Fiction. This was on her favorites of 2019. And just the way she described it sounded kind of good. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. So we're going to look it up. Now, so how I do it if I don't have it physically, if I can get it from my library electronically or it's on Scribd as an ebook and not an audiobook, I will pick that up. But we shall see how this goes. Or if it's on like Kindle for very cheap, I will possibly pick that up. Okay, it's not on Scribd at all. It's not looking good. So the reason I say Scribd, not an ebook, is because I have had issues with, or not, as an audiobook, I have had issues with audiobooks from Scribd. Ebooks are fine, but the audiobooks have not been good. So, like, they have, how should I say this? They've just stopped and went mute for a while, and then it would continue like 30 seconds later, and I'd miss that whole 30-second chunk, and I would just be very, very angry at that. So, so I couldn't get it on my library, or no, that's way too expensive. So the Wren Hunt is by it's by Mary Watson. Now, it looks good, but I'm not going to be buying a copy for $15. Because, I mean, shoot, even the paperback is so expensive. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, because I did really want to read that, but it's not happening. So that will just end up going back very soon. and we'll find another way to get it. Maybe when my library starts opening up again, because right now they're not open except for holds, and I'm not placing any holds with them. I'm just going to get them electronically. It's much easier for me, so that's just how it's going. I'm still supporting my library, I'm just not getting the books from them. So we had this one. I don't know, is this the right? No, maybe not. Wait, what is this? Oh shit. Okay, it's Middle Game by Shauna McGuire, I think it is. Oh man. Okay. That was a favorite of Kayla from Books and Lala. Nah, not that. The hell. It said Middle Game. This might be really hard. I know there are books that I own in here. That's actually kind of funny. It's not on script. Thought that would be for sure. But alright, let's just check my local library, see if I can get it from there. Alright, well I found the audiobook, but I don't want the audiobook. My thing is, I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I have to really listen to them for a while. Oh god, how long is the hold on this? 6 months. Yeah, Middle Game's not happening. Well, unless I can find it on Amazon for really cheap. I know my library had it physically, but again, like I said, I can't go to my library right now. It's $2.99 on Kindle, which is cheap. I did really want to read this, but now I don't know if I really want to buy it. Okay, how about this? We're going to go with this. I'm going to just say maybe on this. I'm going to pick 2 more, and just if they're both, or if one of them is still really hard to get or to find, then I'm going to choose Middle Game instead. But right now, it's just really hard for me to just, because I have bought books, I bought The Beautiful, because a lot of people love that, or some people love that, and it was in this, and so I bought it, and then I DNF'd it. You're going to see that in my July wrap-up. Alright, so I picked this one. What is this one? The Stormcrow. Here we go again. That's a recommendation from Melissa. Here, let me just look here. We're going to look at my library first, or my Libby app first. They don't even have it on Libby. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to check that. Alright, let's check script. And it can't be an audiobook, which I have a feeling it is an audiobook on script. Come on, load for me. They don't even have that on script. Okay. How much? The Stormcrow is $1.99 on Kindle. I don't know. I don't know. Damn it, what is... I'm really trying not to spend any money for these. Not until I know I actually like them. Alright, we're gonna go with this one. Praying that this one's actually good. Is that The Long Way to a Swallowing Root Planet? Yeah, okay. We tried this one before, a few times, and I still can't get that one. Why did I put that one back? Is that this one? Yeah, it was. Okay. I'm gonna throw that over here. I'm just really mad right now, guys. Because I don't want to spend any money. Like, I would rather just read the books that I physically own, or at least be able to try and find them. Here, we're gonna go with this one. I think maybe this way. Why can't I read that? Oh, come on. Okay, let's just look for that one right now. My library doesn't have it. So the book, or the slip that I chose, it was Rules for Vanishing. I don't even know who the author is for that one. Jules from Julie from Pages and Pens enjoyed that one, and that was from her video. But this one's gonna be really hard. Right now I'm thinking I'm just gonna end up buying. Yeah, they don't have it on here either. Okay. Alright, listen up. It's just gonna happen. We're gonna pick Middle Game by Shauna McGuire and Stormcrow by, I can't remember the author. Let me go to Goodreads so I can show you pictures of these. And then this video would be over. I'm gonna have to order them. Well, I'm gonna have to buy them on Kindle. And it's not too expensive. It's like $3 for the Middle Game and $2 for Stormcrow. So I'm not like too upset about it. All I am is just like, I didn't want to have to buy these. So this is Middle Game by Shauna McGuire. I'm praying that I freaking like it. And if I don't, it was $3. I'm not going to be too upset about it. It's not like I am with The Beautiful, because I'm very much upset with that one. I don't really know too much about it, other than I know a lot of people really liked it. Kayla loved it. I think there's twins. I think this is maybe sci-fi fantasy. I'm not entirely too sure. But I know I like Shauna McGuire's writing. So there's that. And then, yeah, the Stormcrow. Oh, the recommendation for the Stormcrow was from Melissa in her books. I haven't had, like, the greatest luck. Oh, okay, this one was by Kaylin Josephson, and it has a sequel out as well. I know I've got this one from my library. Like, I've gotten both of these from my library before, physically, and meant to read them, just never got around to it. So I guess this will, like, really force me to do that. I'm hoping that I love them. I'm actually really hoping that I love both of these books. So, yeah. That's what I want to go with, Middle Game and the Stormcrow. It's just gonna happen, and we still have some left in here. You're gonna see in my July wrap-up, I ended up finishing all the books that I had picked for my TBR, as well as my Reading Rush TBR. So I ended up just, like, reading a whole other bunch of books, and I picked another one out of that. So you're gonna see that in my July wrap-up. I'm trying to actually get those down. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again with another one. Bye. Happy reading.